the western end of the channel on the French side, Brittany is formed into a peninsula jutting out towards the Atlantic. This is Finisterre, the end of the earth. All the water from the channel tides has to flow past here twice a day. The tidal streams are powerful, and the shore has been shattered by countless winter storms into a litter of rocks. In order to avoid the British blockade in Napoleonic times, and indeed earlier, the French have developed inshore routes among these rocks so that they could move military stores in the era before railways and good roads. The result is a number of well-marked but quite tricky routes. Indeed, the French coast is probably the best marked coast in the world, with numerous balises, beacons, tourelles, solid towers, and phares, lighthouses. On one of our cruises, we had sailed across the channel from Falmouth to La Bavrac. After a few days to stock with French produce, we wanted to move on. I was fascinated by the inshore passage past Portsall. It looked tricky, but it would avoid the confused water that is so often found around the Basse-Popillon buoy, which makes sailing difficult and uncomfortable. We prepared carefully using Malcolm Robson's excellent books. We left La Bavrac as the tide started to flow to the west. To starboard was the great column of the Ile Vierge light. At the Libenta buoy, we needed binoculars to positively identify the first transit. Dan helmed while I did the pilotage and found each transit as we went along. Unfortunately, this meant that we were too busy to take many photographs. Even so, looking at the track unfolding across the chart, one can see that it is a pretty tricky passage. At this point, the water ahead looked white and broken right across our path, but it was only the effect of the rough rocky bottom on the strong tide that was hurtling us along. It took steady nerves to head towards the Besseven rock and handrail past it. Next there is a stern transit of the two Besseven tourelles. Now the channel starts to widen and one can start to relax. There is one very long stern transit that leads just inshore of the Le Four light. The route emerges into the Chenaal du Four, and with a helpful tide, it is an easy passage to Camaret or on through the Raz de Seine.